The first Ray-Ban Meta glasses were a sleeper hit. Nobody really expected smart glasses to be any good, and then these things quietly became the pair people actually kept wearing. So the Gen 2 had a lot to live up to, and on paper it delivers a few real upgrades. But here's the honest truth I did not expect when I sat down to make this review. The picture around these glasses got a whole lot more complicated than, here's the new version, it's better. I've been living with these for a while now, using them the way you actually would in real life, and I'm going to walk you through all of it. The genuinely good, the stuff that underwhelmed me, and the part you honestly need to hear before you spend a single dollar. Let's talk image quality, because this is where a lot of reviews stay vague. You're now shooting in 3K at 30 frames per second. The sensor is 12 megapixels, and here's a detail most people gloss over. Only around 6.5 of those megapixels are actually building your image. The rest are put to work on stabilization. And I'll give credit here. That stabilization genuinely holds up. I've walked, moved, turned quickly while filming, and the footage doesn't look like a shaky mess. It comes out smooth. The look of the footage is good too. It's natural. It doesn't have that aggressively over-sharpened, over-processed thing a lot of phone cameras do now, where everything looks slightly fake. Is it going to blow you away if you throw it up on a big TV? No, be realistic. This is a camera hidden inside a pair of sunglasses, not a cinema rig. But for what it is, for grabbing moments and posting them, it genuinely punches above its weight. Now the catch, and it's a real one that you need to know before buying, the video is locked to a squarish, vertical-leaning aspect ratio. If you live entirely inside Reels, Stories, and TikTok, where vertical is the whole game, you'll never even notice. It's built for exactly that. But if you're like a lot of people and you shoot horizontally, the way our eyes actually see the world and the way anything looks right on a laptop or TV, you're going to wish you had that wide option, and you don't. On top of that, each clip caps out at 5 minutes, better than the 3-minute limit on the first gen, but still a ceiling. And there's no live streaming built in. If you already own the first generation and the only question in your head is it actually worth upgrading? This section is your answer, because this is the single most meaningful improvement. You're getting roughly 8 hours of use out of the glasses now, versus about 4 on the original. That's double. And the charging case now holds around 48 hours of extra juice, up from about 32. Let me put that in real terms, because a spec sheet doesn't mean much until you feel it. On the first gen, a heavy day out, a full day of shooting, filming, listening, could genuinely run you down, and you'd be keeping an eye on that battery by the afternoon. With the Gen 2, that ceiling basically moves out of the way. A full day outdoors and you're not hitting the wall the same way. The "am I going to run out before the day's done" worry mostly disappears. If you use these a lot for photos and video, that jump alone is the upgrade. The little things here are done well. My favorite is the tap and hold gesture on the arm. You set it to trigger something. I've got mine firing up a music station, and it just works instantly, no fumbling. Quick heads up though, it plays nice with Apple Music and Spotify, but it will not work with YouTube Music paired to an iPhone. So if that's your setup, know that going in. The open-ear speakers are the right call. Instead of sealing your ears off like earbuds, they let you hear your music and podcasts while still hearing the world around you. Traffic, people, everything. That's exactly what you want in a device you wear walking around outside. You've also got a proper touchpad for controlling media and the assistant, a status light, a recording light, and an IPX4 water resistance rating, which means they'll shrug off rain and splashes but are absolutely not safe to go swimming with. And one embarrassing tip I'll pass along so you don't repeat the mistake. Do not clean these with rubbing alcohol. It'll wreck the finish on the frames. Now here's the thing. If you're weighing whether to actually pull the trigger on these, half the battle is picking the right pair and setting it up so you don't waste the money. That's exactly why I made a guide. It breaks down which model fits which use. So you buy the right one, walks you through the exact day one setup, and hands you the AI prompts actually worth using, sorted by situation. It's the first link in the description. All right, back to it. All right, here's the soft spot, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Meta's AI is hit or miss, and it misses more than I'd like. The idea is great. You look at something, you ask what it is, the glasses tell you. In practice, it's a coin flip. I've pointed these at things, asking for a real identification, and gotten back an answer so obvious it was basically useless. The equivalent of asking what you're looking at and being told, that's a tree, and it has leaves. Thanks. I already knew that. And that's the core problem. I never got to a place where I actually trusted it. When an assistant is right half the time and confidently vague the other half, you stop relying on it. Compared to something like Gemini, it feels a clear step behind. And a lot of that is structural, not just Meta being bad at AI. An assistant that's tied into a whole ecosystem already knows your context, your calendar, your apps, your habits, your data. That context is what makes answers feel smart and personal. Meta's AI is fighting that battle with one hand tied behind its back. There's a translation feature built in too, and I actually put it to the test. I speak both French and English, so I ran real conversations back and forth between the two. Honest verdict? It's not bad at all. It does the job, and you can hold a basic conversation with it. But let's be real. It's still a step below what Gemini or ChatGPT would give you. Decent, not best in class. Now here's the catch. On my iPhone, it worked fine. I was actually pleasantly surprised. But on my Samsung, I just couldn't get this feature to work. Now, to be fair, that might be on my end. My phone could be too old, or there might be some compatibility thing specific to my setup, so I'm not going to tell you it's broken on every Samsung out there. But on my unit, it was a dead end. On the plus side, the AI can now connect to a few outside services. It can pull in your calendar, your Strava, your health data, so it's not completely walled off from your life. This is where this stopped being a normal gadget review. And it's the part I'd feel bad leaving out. Because if you're considering buying these, you deserve to walk in with eyes open. There have been investigations reporting that human contractors were reviewing footage captured through these glasses in order to train Meta's AI. And not just boring clips. We're talking genuinely private human moments and sensitive things like card numbers, passing in front of real reviewers. How does that happen? As far as anyone can tell, it traces back to opting in to share your data to improve the product, which means agreeing to let your photos and videos upload to Meta's servers for processing when you trigger the AI. The real failure here is that Meta never made it clearly obvious to people that this is what they were agreeing to. That's not a bug. That's a design decision, and a bad one. Then there's the creep factor, which has become a genuine cultural thing around these glasses, not just a hypothetical. There are multiple reports of people recording others without saying a word, then turning around and posting that footage, sometimes to make money off it. And it gets worse. Normally these glasses flash a white light to signal to people nearby that they're recording. That's the one safeguard the design offers. Well, it's been reported, specifically by Wired, that some people are paying up to around $120 to physically remove that light, so the glasses can record in complete stealth. Let that sink in. The single feature that's supposed to protect the people around you is being deliberately defeated. There's a reason a chunk of the public has started calling these pervert glasses. Non-consensual filming has become enough of a real concern that somebody actually built a phone app whose entire purpose is to detect nearby Meta glasses so you know if a pair is around you. And on top of all of that, a leaked internal memo pointed to a feature that would let you identify complete strangers on the street through the AI. Look at someone you've never met and pull up who they are. If Meta ever ships that, the backlash is going to be enormous. Now, why should you care about any of this if you're a normal person who's going to use these completely responsibly? Fair question. Here's the answer. Because if public sentiment keeps turning against this product, that affects what it actually feels like to wear a pair out in the world. If people start reacting to anyone in camera glasses like a creep by default, that lands on you too, even if you did nothing wrong. That's a real thing to weigh, and only you can decide how much it matters to you. Here's the strategic reality. Almost everything great about these glasses on the hardware side, the camera, the speakers, the form factor, Apple and Google are completely capable of building too. What they can't easily replicate is the actual Ray-Ban design, that iconic look. And for a lot of buyers, that genuinely is the deciding factor. But their glasses, when they come, will almost certainly plug far more deeply into your phone's operating system and carry noticeably stronger assistance behind them. Meta knows this. That's exactly why it's scrambling to build some kind of moat with AI right now, before the two biggest companies in tech show up to this party. Whether Meta's AI push is actually a strong enough moat to hold them off, honestly, I'll let you be the judge of that one. Here's my honest verdict, and it's more layered than I expected going in. If what you want is a pair of genuine Ray-Bans with a built-in camera that grabs photos and video totally hands-free, plays your music and podcasts through open-ear speakers, and now lasts a full day on a charge, then yes, these are absolutely worth it, and they're an even easier call if you catch them on sale. The hardware and the design are genuinely excellent. That part's not in question. But it's a yes with real asterisks attached. And I'd be doing you a disservice to pretend otherwise. The AI underdelivers and I don't trust it. The app actively pushes junk at you. And the privacy story around this product is genuinely not nothing. It's the thing I'd think hardest about before buying, but knowing whether to buy them and actually getting your money's worth are two different things. And out of the box, almost nobody sets these up right, so I made a guide to fix exactly that. Everything's in there. Which model fits which use so you don't overpay. The exact day one setup, the AI prompts actually worth using sorted by moment. Kitchen, travel, filming, and the fix for every problem before you hit it. Plus a printable checklist to get it all right in one shot. It's the manual Meta should have put in the box. First link in the description. Grab it, set your glasses up like a pro, and you'll get way more out of them than everyone's still winging it. See you in the next one.